up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Climb Together podcast featuring me, Tony Scorp, and my co-host, Deception the Rapper. Deception, say hi.
What's up?
All right. Yeah, we got some good things to talk about today. A few good things. I'll have Deception start us off with the number one thing that I think would be pretty cool to talk about. Deception?
Guys, round-based zombies is back.
Heck yeah, it is.
And I haven't played it yet, but the way they outlined it in the article was pretty dope. I mean, as of after we finish this podcast, we're gonna play it, so we'll probably have a review of it like next week. But I'm excited.
Yeah, so pretty much if you guys didn't know, for Vanguard, the zombies absolutely sucks. It's kind of like more like an Outbreak type gameplay. It's not like the round-based.
It's like Outbreak, but not as cool as Outbreak because
Yeah.
it's mini Outbreak.
Yeah, literally. It's just like different challenges and stuff like that. There was no actual round-based zombies like we know and love, so that kind of was very disappointing. Very disappointing. And so now they finally have brought back round-based zombies, which I think I'm excited to finally play because I love round-based zombies. Like it's rewarding when you get what is my best? It's like 80 something, right?
Your highest round is 88 with me.
88.
Game crashed.
88. My highest round. My highest solo is like 50, I think. Got it up to 50 on a Black Ops Cold War, so.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to do that. We might beat it. With
We
this
might
Ring
beat
of Fire
it.
strat, we might beat it.
Ooh. Okay.
This Ring of Fire strat might take us over.
But yeah, so I'm excited to I think a lot of people are really excited for the update of zombies. Just because personally, the zombies this year really sucked. Like it was just not good from the get-go. I mean, the gun leveling, the camos, I think one thing that they really do need to fix to make zombies like
they need to make the gun leveling a lot faster.
Gun leveling a lot faster, and they need to make the challenges not as hard. But I think with the round-based, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I mean,
we'll have to wait and
most of
see.
the reason why the challenges were so tedious is because the game was tedious.
Yeah, so maybe now that round-based is back, it'll be a little bit easier, but that'll take some testing to figure out.
I mean, I don't think this is a hot take at all, especially for people that like zombies, but if we don't have round-based zombies, we're not having a good game. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Round-based is like why zombies is what zombies is now, and like the round-based system and all the stuff that COD put into zombies, like their take on it, is the reason why it's the most popular.
Yep.
And when they ditched all of that this year, like it was not good. Like the whole Daron Fong mode that they put in would be fun as like a side mode if round-based was the primary thing, but because the Daron Fong thing was the primary thing, it's not good. I just hope the round-based is fun. I mean, it's on Shinonuma, and you can always go back to like the hub world and like upgrade your stuff and all that if you need to, and then go back into Shinonuma. So it should be a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited to give it a little bit of a go. We'll get to play it for probably a good hour. I'm gonna watch the Granny Tonage stream after on live because
oh my god, that's so
I'm gonna bring
funny.
that back actually. Like if you guys have never watched my Granny Tonage stream, one day I plan on sitting down and like editing through it, and like posting like a highlight to YouTube.
Yeah, you need to make a stream highlight video of that.
Because I think that was probably my best stream as far as like content goes of 2021.
I think that might be the most iconic Tone stream I've ever witnessed.
Well, you haven't known me for that long, but that is probably one of my best streams I've ever done.
Yeah, but
so I'm gonna watch
if you're
that.
saying it and you've been streaming for like ever, then
I haven't been streaming forever. I've been streaming for like 2 years.
Well, it's longer than me.
No, it was just good times. Good times.
Granny Tonage, man.
But yeah, I'm excited to give that a go. I think definitely next week on the podcast, maybe we'll talk about it a little bit. Once we play it, and give a little bit more of a review to it. But today, I'm just really excited that they finally announced something about it, because zombies is something that, a lot of us enjoy. Some of us not really, but I mean, it is a fun time. it's one of those game modes you can just sit and chat. Like I feel like zombies is the reason why Deception and I thought it would be a good idea to do a podcast together, because the
Yeah, 'cause that's
conversations that
what we did when we play
yeah,
zombies.
literally we just sit and chat like this about Call of Duty, about Raw, about content creation, about all of it. We just sit and talk while we
Yeah.
kill a bunch of zombies.
Yeah.
Some undead Nazis.
I guess you can say that's the origin of the podcast.
Pretty much. I guess you could say that. Yeah, is our zombies gaming time that we spend together.
Yep, going for high rounds on D Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Oh yeah.
I want to go back to Cold War Zombies soon, to be honest.
Yeah, that was a good zombies. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm thinking about, and this is a plan. This is not set in stone, but I'm thinking about soon. I'll have to buy Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 4 for it. But I'm thinking about
Mm-hmm.
doing like around 100 on every Treyarch game.
Well, see, the thing
So
is
like
I
pick one
have
map and go to 100 on each one.
I have literally every COD up to Black Ops 3 on my Xbox 360, and except for and then I need an Xbox. I don't know.
Black Ops 3 on the 360.
It was not good, bro. There's a reason I didn't play it, but I feel like I could hook up my Xbox 360 in here and give it a go. If you wanna,
Good times.
if you wanna see some throwback
I need you
zombies.
to go to around 115 on Kino like Syndicate did.
Okay.
I need that.
Dude, I want to play. I don't know. I want to play some old CODs. But the thing is like with multiplayer, not enough people.
Plutonium.
One, and then Plutonium's probably a good idea.
Plutonium.
Yeah, you keep saying
Plenty
I need to get that.
On Plutonium.
But I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it.
Plutonium is literally free, Tone.
Oh, well then yeah.
Like you download a torrent file for the game.
I understand that. I understand that.
I'll buy the free game.
I'll get it. We always go over this about how I don't buy free games.
Took you long enough to get Halo.
I know. And then thank you for buying me The Forest too. I appreciate that. That was really fun. I don't know if you guys that are in stream right now are listening.
That, like, every week until the Sons of the Forest comes out or something.
I think that's a good idea. I had a lot of fun playing The Forest. I forgot how fun that game is. I used to stay up until there's this one person I used to play with. We would stay up until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning playing The Forest. Like I would get done and I wouldn't even leave my gaming room because I was so scared of like something coming to like get me. Like I would sleep on the floor in here. I'd be like,
scared of the cannibals.
I was scared of the cannibals. I thought they were gonna come into my house. I was like, I'm about to throw hands with some motherfucking cannibals.
Well, now I got you in a place where the cannibals don't show up nearly as often, so we're good.
If they still show up.
They don't show up nearly as often. They showed up one time, and we've been in the world for like 3 days. They showed up one time and we scared them off.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good time. You know who else is showing up, Tone?
Who?
CDL's showing up.
Yeah, they are. I did not watch that video, but I think you should talk about it, and I'll just give us the brief synopsis.
I mean, you don't really have to watch the video. I mean, it's just 2 guys talking, dude.
I mean, give us a synopsis, not a brief one, but like go in detail of what they were talking about, and then we'll discuss it.
So they did a community update video. It's about 8. It's like 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes. And it was Spinna Spence and Daniel Say, who are like over the God League, like relations with players and stuff like that. And Spence like just went over, some questions he had for Daniel, and like they talked about plans for the CDL. Like, they talked about how the ranked play is coming soon. That also coincides with some leaks that we've had lately. Some leakers have posted that the ranked play is coming soon, maybe season 2, and that it uses World War II's ranking system, which is like, as a consensus, it's by far the best ranking system that we've had.
That's good. That is good. The last 2 CODs, like their rank systems have not been good. Sorry,
yeah,
continue.
They're bringing that back. The rumor is that might be start of season 2. and they did say they'd
Ooh.
have more info in the coming weeks.
But that's
So
still in like 21 days though. That's like after the
it's
COD
like
League
3
starts.
weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have that happening. They talked about that. They talked about how there's some fixes for Control, which I think they went out either this week or maybe they're going out next week. Sledgehammer's
Thank God.
releasing an update that's gonna bring a bunch of fixes to Control. And they do plan on using Control as the third game mode, so they're gonna look at those fixes and see how they can evaluate that
You could
for
probably fix them
um
now since COD like the CDL starts next week.
well, they could technically fix them next week and they could just play on the new patch, but
Mm-hmm.
Um, they talked about that. They talked about Boston. They confirmed again that they have a team in Boston. Still hasn't been revealed yet. They can't even put them on the bracket, but uh, I mean, it's basically revealed. Like they need to just do it already.
Yeah,
Like
like come on.
they need to just announce Boston already. And the another big point, probably the last really big point that they made was, they discussed like the concerns of people saying that they needed to start their season earlier, and they talked about other games. Probably they were probably mostly talking about Halo starting
Yeah.
their season super early, and they addressed that like people want the season to start a lot earlier. They want to see matches like as soon as the game comes out, and they did say they need to do better and they need to capitalize on the game release and get those
Well, the thing
tourneys out early.
well the thing
And they
is
said in the
like
future that they will start the season earlier.
well the thing
I don't
is
know if
like
that means next year, but
Halo like came out after this like COD did, and it started its season before COD did. Like
dude,
that's
Halo technically started its season in beta.
yeah.
Multiplayer dropped on November 15th, and the whole game wasn't supposed to drop till December 8th. And they had 2 tournaments
Yeah.
before December 8th.
Yeah, so that's kind of saying something. I mean, like I don't know. Step up your game, Call of Duty. That's all I'm saying.
I definitely think they're listening, and I think that shows because, like Spence, I can't really speak on Daniel, but I know Spence is one of the guys that is in that camp that Hex has been talking about lately, like the guys that do listen, and you can tell that they are listening, and hopefully they make some changes as early as next year, as far as starting the season early.
Yeah. Oh shit! I
Um,
just like banged my desk
I
with
think
my
the
chair.
big thing, like there was a lot of, there was a lot of more business type speak in that video. There was a lot of like typical things that you'd think they would say,
Yeah.
but they also did emphasize that they need to do better. So I think that they really I think that they really hit on that, and
I mean,
hopefully they
it
come
did.
through with it.
I mean, it did take a whole community uproar for them to actually do something about it. So
It's true, but they also said in that community update that that wouldn't be the last one. That they would try to do one every major.
okay, that's good. They're getting better. I mean, I'll give them props for that. I mean, they're getting better, but at the same time, it might be a little too little.
I think it's too little, too late for this game. But if Treyarch brings a banger product in 2023, which I think they are, and if Modern Warfare 2 is as good as people or the leakers are saying it's gonna be, I think we can revitalize it. It's the same thing with like Halo in like 2018. If I guarantee you, most people were saying it might be too little, too late for Halo, but look what happened.
Yeah. Well, the thing is they did it right. You know what I mean? So if Call of Duty can do it right, and you know this season is good for the CDL, or at least somewhat, you know what I mean? Or if they really just fix all of it or most of it next year, it could bring people back over time. But I don't know. It's one of those things we're just gonna have to wait and see. Because I mean, I personally I love Call of Duty. Like I love the game. I love
Yeah, we both love COD.
like it's COD is the reason I am where I am today. Like
Yep.
both like IRL and in the gaming world. Like that game has been like
Exactly.
it's not a lot for me. So I mean, it's led me to you. It's led me to literally everyone probably listening to this podcast right now. It's gotten me into Raw. It's introduced me to a lot.
Yeah.
So I will continue to hold out hope. I will continue to have hope for the game, but
Yeah, I said it back in like Infinite Warfare before things got really, really bad with COD. Um, I said it back then, and I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna die on the COD hill. Like it's like I'm literally not gonna quit on COD until COD is in like the worst imaginable state. I might not even quit then.
Who knows? Who knows? But one thing that I am excited for is sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Oh,
Your
I
train of
got it.
thought
I got it back.
derailed.
I got it back. I got it back. One thing I'm excited for is the competitive side of things this year, because I know like competitive really hasn't been that great as far as Call of Duty, like it was back in the day, where you know every
Most of that's the
match.
game. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think I think competitive this year, if the game, I'm confident that the game will get better the more Sledgehammer works on it, because
mhm,
we saw what they did with World War II. But I think at first the competitive is going to be carried by the storylines and the personalities and like whatever drama could
yeah,
arise.
and I feel like
I mean, there's already
it's
a lot of that, but like once we start playing on land, like I can almost guarantee you at least one dramatic thing happens next
oh yeah.
weekend.
Well, the thing is what I'm really looking for, I think, and I think this is one thing that I think a lot of the pros need to like take into consideration, is that if they don't compete the way that they can, like, because if you look at like a lot of the competitive people, like a lot of the teams, like especially like last year, like a lot of them just didn't care, like they were just playing, right?
It's true.
Like, and if this year, if they care, and if they put in, you know, if they give the good matches, and they put in the, you know, the competitive the side that they have, then it's gonna make it a lot more, you know, enjoyable to watch. I think that's one
Exactly.
thing that we haven't really seen, because I mean, honestly, going into the champs, like I didn't even watch champs last year because I had a feeling it was gonna be FaZe that won, because they won majority of the majors. You know, they had a really good record. Like, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, they won 3 out of the 5 majors,
Yeah.
and the only shocker was Rocker.
Yep. And Toronto Ultra, I think, was a good shock too.
I mean, it was a shock, but Toronto were already like pretty good. They just weren't good enough to win yet.
Yeah.
I think Insight was the big shocker because like
Yeah.
first league match he drops 18 in game 5, like, and it was for the loss.
Yeah.
That was the craziest part. Like if they would have won, he probably would have dropped 20.
Mhm.
But I mean, and I don't think I'm not confident that outside of Boston, the rookie pool will be as good as it was last year because I think Nero and Capsule are like two of the only. Wait, there's like Seattle, because they have Pred and Sib, but Sib's not really a rookie, but this is the first time actually playing and not being a sub.
Yeah.
But outside of Seattle and Boston, I don't think the rookie pool is going to be as crazy as it was last year, but I still think we're going to have like a super good league. Like, I mean, as good as Boston's playing, like, Scump literally said that's one of his top 3 teams that they played.
Yeah. So I mean, that might be pretty good for them though, coming into the league. You know, having
They're
that
making
good.
big moves too. I mean, Aches is tweeting stuff about Boston. Trey Zero is tweeting stuff about Boston.
Well, the
Like,
four of them, they
they might
made
be
their.
snagging some big names here. They might
Well,
be actually going in on the team.
well, did he? I don't even think Aches competed last year, did he? Like
I
in the
think
CDL.
I'm pretty sure he competed in challengers, but I'm pretty sure he's taking a break. Um,
But
he might come in as a sub for Boston, but I'm thinking he might be more like a coach or an analyst or something like that
yeah,
because I think he might be maybe not at the end of his career, but I think he's getting close. I mean, he's been at it for a while.
that's true. I don't know. I like seeing all the hype on Twitter and stuff like that. Like they tweet, like Oxygen Esports tweeted about like, oh, big announcement tomorrow, and then it was a partnership with Shaker Cups, like a Shaker Cups,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
or like a Shaker Cups thing, and everyone, like, if you look at their freaking replies on the tweet, everyone's just like, we all thought,
No,
we all thought,
the best one is when Oxygen Esports was tweeting when Zenny's team would scrim, they would change their location to the map the scrim was on. That was the best one.
But I don't know, man. It's just kind of funny to watch because they're really dragging it out. Like they're dragging it out.
They're doing a good job. I mean,
Like they're hyping up everything, and they
Wyatt
just
I think Wyatt said it yesterday or Monday, but uh, they're doing a better job on socials than Paris is, bro. They've been more
facts,
active.
facts, and they're not even announced yet. Also, King Chris, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Scorpions. We've been waiting for you.
Chris is a goat.
Yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's like it's kind of funny because Paris is kind of like not active on social. They used to be like
Paris
season
has
1,
zero brand, dude.
but they kind of
They have
lost it.
zero brand.
I don't know.
They
I
don't
feel
do
like
socials. They
that's
don't do
the problem. I
YouTube.
think that's one of the problems is because none of the, like a lot of these CDL teams they don't have like a good brand on like social media.
That's why I'm so excited for Boston and why I think they're actually going in on a team. I
Yeah.
don't think they're playing for the bare minimum like Paris is.
No, they're just
Like they
they're
are
playing
investing
they're
in this.
going into it, which I
And
think
I
is
just think
good.
that speaks to Robert Kraft because Robert Kraft goes in on everything he does. He's not coming in just to field a bad team. Like
He wants to win, and I think that kind of like drive as I feel like if every organization had that drive, we like the league would be
I
much
have
better
that
off.
drive. Somebody sign me.
Somebody sign you? I'll sign you. I'll sign you to Tonage Esports.
Sign me.
Tonage Clan.
Ownage Clan.
I told you about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ownage Clan.
I have
Let's
to take
bring
it.
that back.
Yeah, I'll take it up with my cousin, and I'll be like, "Hey, Tonage Clan?" Question mark.
Hey yo, can you transfer me the ownership to Ownage Clan?
Literally. Actually, I have all the ownership, but he's actually at college right now playing. I think he plays baseball.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he was playing COD, and I was like, is he a
Nah,
CCL
nah,
player?
nah, 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 nah. That man's gave up video games a long time ago.
That's crazy. But yeah, I'm really excited for Boston to be honest. I'm not really into the NBA that much anymore, but when I was into the NBA, I was always a Celtics fan, and seeing that we have a Boston CDL team that's got green everywhere, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And plus, like the Boston New York rivalry, like I think they play each other next weekend. That's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be some good watch. Cause
I think
like the
that's gonna
thing
be
is
crazy.
they have like a really good rivalry with like baseball too. Like the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox.
And the Celtics and the Knicks have had a fair rivalry too.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't had like the biggest rivalry, but that's definitely a rivalry that's happened.
Like even in like New York as far as like teams go, like you're either a Yankees fan or a Boston fan. Like there's as far as base.
Fans.
No, there's not many Mets fans. Everybody hates the Mets. Not everybody. There's a few Mets ones. Like my cousin is the one
That's the bad thing about having two teams in one city.
There's so many freaking
It's like
New
the
York
Clippers
teams.
and the Lakers.
Listen, there's freaking what is there? There's so many New York teams. There's the Jets. There's the Giants. There's the Bills. There's Yankees, Mets. Is there 2 basketball New York teams or no?
I think there's 2. I think there's 2 hockey teams.
The Rangers and what's the other one?
Aren't the Islanders and the Rangers both New York?
I have no idea. I do not keep up.
I don't follow that.
I do not keep up with hockey. There's
Well,
only one
crazy.
basketball team? Okay. There's only one New York basketball team.
Well, I mean, the Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets. I guess you're right on that one. Man, why does New York have like 2 teams at least for every freaking...
That's just New York's just a big market.
Well, the thing is there's I think New York really is like...
I know not a lot of people follow like racing, but there's been so many attempts to get a high budget race in New York.
Well,
because it's just the market.
Well, the thing is there's a lot of like NASCAR races that go on here too, like
Watkins Glen.
Yeah. Like I go up there all the time.
That's a good race.
Yeah.
I like Watkins Glen. That's always fun to watch.
You should come up for one, Deception.
You go with me?
Yeah, I'd go with you. I bring wrists.
Watkins Glen is a huge track too. We could walk around. We could chill.
I've actually ran a 5K on the Watkins Glen racetrack.
Dude, that place is cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die on the hill that that place produces the best road course racing in NASCAR. But yeah.
Okay. No, because like literally, I live right by an airport,
Oh, it
right? So a bunch
does.
of people,
Trust.
so a bunch of people fly into said airport on like their private planes and helicopters. So whenever it's race weekend, I
Oh,
always
I've heard.
know.
I've heard
I
that the
always know.
population of Watkins Glen goes up by like 400% when race weekend
Oh
happens.
yeah, and the thing is there's so many hotels around here, especially in my area, and I don't even like I'm pretty far away. I'm not too far away, but like
Maybe
the
that's how
hotel.
you get into NASCAR right there. We just go to a Watkins Glen race, and if it's a banger,
I've actually never been because it's
oh,
just
there have
too.
been some banger races at Watkins Glen.
Well, the
Trust.
thing is like it's just like I've been to the track. I just never watched a race. But the thing is like it's just
Formula
like the
One used to
entire
race there back
not
in like
like
the 70s.
but no like the entire like area just like populates whenever there's a NASCAR race.
Oh
So
yeah.
like and when I say area, I mean like within 45 minutes to an hour like
Oh yeah.
radius just
Everybody's
like
trying to get a
overpopulates.
piece of that action when
Oh
that
yeah.
race comes up.
And then there's people with their campers and everything.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
this
like
whole
I know
deal.
the seats at Watkins Glen only seat like 45,000, but like I think there's like 100 to 150,000 that can
Like
be all the way around the track.
yeah. It's a nice track. I mean, running
Oh,
it
it's
sucks.
great
Running it
for like
sucks.
stock car road course racing. It's great.
So, yeah. I don't know. Deception, you'll have to come up and watch one of those races and I'll go with you.
I might have to consult because my mom's always talking about going to New York City, and I'm like I might have to consult her and be like, why don't we take a vacation? We go to New York City for a couple days and like have it make sure that a couple of the days on our weekend so we can go to Watkins Glen.
For a race.
That'd be lit.
I think you'd have a good time cuz New York City is really great too. Like Watkins is
Bro, I
probably
want to get
like
pizza in New York City. That's what I want. I
Watkins
want
is
pizza
probably
bad.
like 4 to 5 hours away from the city. It's not that bad of a drive either. It's a lot of like just main road driving. It's not a lot of back road type things.
That's in countryside New York.
Yeah. Out in the Hoobah Books of nowhere. Wait, Chris, you cannot. No, you've had their pizza. It's okay.
Bro,
Did you?
what kind of New
What?
York style pizza have you had? Because I've seen you got to get like a lit, like OG New
Well,
York
the thing is, you have
style
to go
pizza.
up to a New Yorker, someone who lives in New
You
York,
got to
and be
go to
like,
like
"Hey, you gotta go up to a local and be like, hey, where can I find the best
you
pizza?"
got to go to like Luciano's or like John's of Bleecker or somewhere like that. Those
Because
are the
like,
places that
because
I've
like,
heard have the best
well, the
pizza.
thing is like, there's a lot of pizza places. Like, there's a bunch of like mom
Oh,
and
there's
pop,
so many
and then
pizza
there's
places in New York, bro.
you definitely probably went to the wrong one, Chris, because like not even in like New York City, like in New York State in general, there's so many pizza places, and you have to go to like the mom and pop ones. You can't go to the chain ones because the chain ones
Yeah,
aren't as good.
that's like with Buffalo. You can go to the place where you can get the original buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
Like you got to go there if you want it. You
Hmm.
want the best stuff.
You gotta go to like a mom and pop shop, and you have to
Yeah.
talk to some local people. Be like, hey, what's your favorite place to get pizza that's local?
I also would love to get street food in New York. Just go to a food truck.
Ooh, yeah, food trucks in New York, banger.
That'd be great.
I'm gonna go to the city. I'm gonna go to New York City with Riss and like see like a Broadway. Take her to like a Broadway show and everything.
My mom has always talked about going to New York City, and I kind of like the idea too. Cause like when we took a vacation like 3 years ago to Pennsylvania to go to like Gettysburg and Philadelphia and stuff
Hmm.
like that. We were only a few hours. We were only like 2 or 3 hours from New York City. Like I literally, like part of our trip back from Philadelphia, we were in New Jersey. Like I think we were like 1.5, 2 hours away.
Yeah, one of those things. Yeah, do that next time, Chris. Like I promise you. And if it's not good next time, then you can say the pizza there sucks. But you need to implement that
You have to go
strategy.
to like Luciano's. That's the place I've heard about the most.
Yeah. Alrighty. Not to break this topic, even though that was pretty cool. That's something that's not really gaming related that we
That's the
talked
beauty of
about.
a podcast, dude.
We don't really talk about things that are super non-gaming related all the time, but I
That's
like
because
that.
we started with Boston.
I know. We just kind of went on a little tangent there. Sorry about that one, guys. Anyway, bringing back to the
That's
CDL.
exactly the point of the podcast. That's exactly
Bringing
the point.
back to the CDL.
Bring it back to
We
the
went talking
CDL.
about Boston, the Boston breach, and the New York Subliners' possible rivalry to New York Pizza.
Oh, it might already that rivalry might already be starting. TJ has been atting Krim in some tweets and deleting them.
Ooh,
I mean, it might be starting
ooh,
early.
baby. See, that's the kind of thing though. Like that kind of like rivalry. That's what makes it so good. Cause like when like Optic and like back in the day when Optic and FaZe went against each other, that shit was crazy. Watching those two play
Optic
against each
versus
other.
FaZe. My God.
Like that was the match that everybody watched.
Back in like the AW days when it
Oh
was like
yeah.
a toss up between who could win.
Yeah. Like that was
Like
the
you
match
never knew
everybody
who was gonna win a
watched.
series because they both stacked teams with talent and they were just by far the two best teams.
And it was just such a good, it was always good to watch. Like it was always a good watch. Everyone was always super excited for it, and they just need
I'm
to bring
excited
that
for Optic
back.
Texas versus FaZe. I think those two teams might be the best two teams again.
Maybe.
We
Who
might
knows?
see something like that happen again this year.
True.
Man, Optic Texas. That's crazy. I could have, if you would have told me a year ago that Optic was going to merge with Envy and Optic Chicago and the Dallas Empire were going to turn into Optic Texas, I would have said, I don't know what you're smoking, dude, but I want some. I mean, my lord.
Man, freaking Optic
The
has been
stuff that
all over the
happened over the
place.
Cold War offseason was just nuts.
Listen, the freaking Optic, man, they've been bouncing left, right, to the
That
like
right there
everywhere.
shows you what Hex will do for Optic, though.
Yeah. Like he's all about it. Is it
He wants it.
confusing at times? Yeah. Did someone try to get them sued because they got a Huntsman tattoo? Yeah. That's not the point.
Did Hex try to make all of NRG into Optic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly what Optic deserves. Like Optic deserves to grow.
Yeah. They really do. Like I feel like they just need to find some stability again, and then once they do that, then they can really like skyrocket into. And I think that's kind of what Envy's giving them, because Envy's had that stability, you know? And now this kind of like
Envy
partnership.
and their investors are so good. Like a lot of people, like I know, like Wyatt and a couple people have like when I've talked to them about it, they've said like they were a little bit scared because they didn't want it to be like an infinite situation. But
Mm-hmm.
like Envy and their investors have just been making banger plays. Like their investors are so good, and
Yeah.
Envy is like such a good org. And like seeing like Optic have those kind of resources now is crazy. Like I'm so excited to see what they do this year with like esports and content because they're banging it out with both right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Optic Halo's doing good. Like, oh, it's gonna be a good time.
It's one of those things though. Like you just
I can't wait for the Optic Halo skin. I need it. I'm gonna buy the Envy skin first though.
yeah.
That's gonna be a historic
Yeah.
item.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the thing is like with everything that happened with Infinite and Optic, I think that's like that shows how even like the goats of the industry that people look up to and like the idols of the industry still can make mistakes like that, big mistakes like that, because this is still such a
When Hex said
new.
he doesn't regret selling them because he said he doesn't regret the sale because that's what they needed, but the thing is, Infinite just didn't know anything. They don't know anything about esports. They don't know how to do it.
And that's the thing
And
that
they were trying to
shows.
tank the org.
That's the thing. It shows how much people actually like how new the esports industry really is compared to
Oh
everything
yeah.
else. Because if someone did that shit with a basketball team, or a baseball team, or a football team, like
People were
they'd
trying to
be
run
called
it like
dumb.
it's a stick and ball sport, and that's just not how it
Yeah.
works. That's like
Like
how LAG wasn't letting the players influence the roster changes. Like that's literally what you need to do. You need like the players are the ones playing. They need to be the ones doing the roster changes and coming to you for approvals. Like that's not like they're the management, like all these like sports teams that come in and try to manage these esports teams, like most of them don't know what they're doing.
yeah. And
Now,
that's the thing is like they
I
really
think
need
since
people that know what
Oxygen
they're doing.
Esports is partnering with Robert Kraft, I think they do know what they're doing.
And I think that's good though.
because
That's
they've had an Overwatch team for a while. I think they get it. But like people like Seattle Surge's management, LAG's management for a couple years, they just I don't know what they were doing. But I think it's looking up for everybody, honestly. I mean, LAG's got a much better team. Their management's better. Surge's management's better. Um, I think the CDL's turning it around. We just gotta wait to witness it. I mean, they discussed. Oh, that's another thing they discussed in that community video is they actually went in depth about the reasoning as to why they were going to do 8 teams at the majors. But they said that they heard us loud and clear and they reverted it.
oh, that's good.
Like they literally were dead set on doing 8 teams, and then the outcry made them revert it. So they
Just
know they were listening.
well, that's just one thing. Is just like I don't know. I feel like the Call of Duty community needs to do it more because if that's the only way that they're gonna listen, then that's how we need to do it.
Well, I mean, it went everywhere. Like people who don't even like look at competitive normally were talking about it. Like Prestigious Key is into competitive, but he doesn't talk about it like ever in his videos. And he
Mm-hmm.
made a whole video on it talking about it. And he echoed all of the concerns. And like if we can get people like that talking about it more, like
It's
we
the
got it.
big influencers in the community that make the most impact, and I don't
Yeah.
feel like people understand that. I don't think people understand that. That's why
And the thing is they have to go through the proper channels too. And I
hmm
think they did at that time.
yeah. Well, the thing is like these influencers have such a big like they have such. That's why they're called influencers because they influence people.
That's why a lot of them are partnered with COD and why they go do COD stuff. Like, yeah, they talk about COD and they talk good about it sometimes, even when the game is not that great. But like that side needs to happen
hmm
because then when something bad happens, they can speak on it and they have the proper channels to make change.
Yeah, it's kind of like one thing is like I know this isn't like the exact circumstance, but it's kind of similar, right? Like Ninja, biggest Fortnite player in the world at one point, right? Like he could literally call someone on his phone and get someone banned for for hacking. All live on stream. He'd be like, "Hey, yo, what's up? This player with this gamer tag just hacked.
Oh,
I need
dude,
you to
have you
ban them."
seen some of those? Have
Yeah.
you seen some of those clips?
Yeah.
Like Tim the Tat Man called out a cheater and spectated him for like 5 minutes, and I guarantee you Raven waited till the last circle to do it. But that guy's literally about to win while cheating. He gets live banned.
Yeah,
Last circle.
like it's just the power that these people have. It's it can help them. It can help us like make the games better and everything, and help like situations like this again where like there's a big outcry, and if they say something on it, they have like they have these people's personal contact information to where
Yeah,
they
like
can
all
make the
these COD
change.
partners have a personal contact at Activision that they talk to whenever they need something. Whenever like something is on their mind or whenever something's going on, like they have every one of them has a personal contact at Activision that they can talk to. Like so they have the ability to make
Mm-hmm.
change. They have the ability to push for it.
Yep.
And I think that combined with everybody else talking about it is the reason why it's happening.
I think so too.
I just hope it happens in a timely manner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously some things have to be held off. Like we can't just go back to November and start the CDL season early, but I hope that happens next year.
Yeah. I guess one of those things we're just gonna have to be patient and wait for it, but
I swear, I feel like I don't know if Infinity Ward will do it. I could be proven wrong next year and I hope I am. But Infinity Ward has never been the kindest to the competitive side of COD. But truly, like I think if Infinity Ward does it, that's great. But I think maybe Treyarch's game is the one where we're really gonna see
mm-hmm.
competitive shine. Like truly shine.
I mean, it has to shine. Like, if it doesn't shine, that
Like
might be
I
the
can
end
see
of
in the
competitive
Treyarch
Call of
game,
Duty.
I can see the season starting in like late November. I can see ranked play at day one. Like I can see it with Treyarch's game. I don't know about Infinity Ward's game because there's been Infinity Ward devs that have literally said the competitive players ruin COD. So I don't know, but I'm hoping I'm wrong though, because like I want Infinity Ward's game to bang. Like I want all the COD games to bang, but we'll see.
Also, speaking of the CDO, this season's hash flags went live today.
Ash flags?
Yep. Yep. So like Optic Texas, Brick by Brick, So Ultra, Strength in the
I tweeted
North.
those.
Like, there currently there aren't any for Paris, Minnesota, or Boston yet. There's 2 for pretty much every
There'll be
single
one
org.
for Paris, or there will be one before Boston before Paris.
Pretty much. I don't even know if there will be any for Paris, Loki. But there's 2
Paris has no
for
brand.
there's 2 for all of the ones that have them, except for LA Thieves and Mutineers. Mutineers has Let's Get Kraken, and LA Thieves just has hashtag LA Thieves. There's no other one.
Nadeshot's statement about LA Thieves and 100 Thieves in general was really cool though.
I think we should read that. I think I'm gonna read that real quick, if that's okay. Let's go
dope.
into that. So Nadeshot,
Statement.
he's been getting a lot of flack lately. Based off of like, you know, the CDL and everything, and just in general, he's been getting a lot of flack. So he put out a statement the other day. Did he put it on the 100 Thieves site? Or the 100 Thieves
I
page?
know it's on Twitter.
I think it's on 100 Thieves because I'm scrolling and I can't find it. So let me go to 100 Thieves.
I know it's on Twitter for a fact.
I know it's on Twitter too. Okay, yeah, I found it. So the tweet, it says, a message from Nadeshot, hashtag 100T. All right, it says, this is how it starts. It says, sorry, I'm just trying to get like comfortable so I can read this. All right, it says, we aren't satisfied. It's easy for anyone in our shoes to be happy with what we've accomplished over the past 4 years, from the titles we've won, the content we've created, and the apparel we're grateful to see you wearing. Yet we aren't. It's not enough to be the first new franchise team to win an NA championship. It's about winning it over and over and over again. It's not enough to have the best creators. It's about building a creator-led world for all of 100 Thieves. It's not enough to just have the best apparel in gaming. It's about pushing the limits to what gaming apparel can be. If you loved what you've seen from us before, just wait for what's next. Every aspect of 100 Thieves will be looking to change the view on what's possible in gaming. I'm personally making sure of it. Matthew Nadeshot Hig. That's the statement that he put out.
That's crazy. That's a big statement.
That is a big statement.
And I know that Nadeshot can do it too. Like he wants it.
Oh yeah. And the thing is like that's one thing that I really like about 100 Thieves, and I feel like that's why like if I were to ever go to another organization, it'd probably be them. Mainly because
Thieves is like super tight knit too. Like
yeah, like if you get in 100 Thieves,
like all their people collab together. Like
yeah,
they're
like
close.
they're
great.
They're pretty close knit too, and it's a very like high level of content too. And that's the one thing though, is like not only do they have a high level of content and like pretty like they've won some championships and stuff like that, but and then they have really great apparel. But like at the same time,
their apparel is dope.
I think the one thing that stands out to me the most is their balance of like people.
But they do have a really good balance.
Like they have a bunch of women.
Their balance is almost as good as Optic.
Like they have the #1 female streamer in the world.
Yep.
Which is Valkyrae, in case you guys were wondering. Like their balance as an organization is so like their balance of male to female creators. I feel like they have more female creators than male creators now.
Let's see. They have Valkyrae. They have. I know they have one, but I can't remember her name. They have Brooke. I can't remember all of them, but I think they do have a pretty close balance.
They have
it's almost 50-50, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I want to see like these. Oh. Their new like collection, dude, freaking sick.
The thing about Nadeshot is Nadeshot follows in Hector's footsteps, and that's perfect. Because he's gonna know how to do it.
So I'm gonna go to the Wikipedia page because I feel like that might be my best bet.
My best bet. Wikipedia is always the answer.
Yeah. So you talk while I find this real quick.
um, one of the things I was gonna say is like, no offense to FaZe, but like, if you're on 100 Thieves, it's not like they're members of your org that you literally probably didn't even know were in the org. And I feel like that's how it is sometimes with FaZe. I feel like there's some people like in the lower ranks of FaZe that like don't even know that some people exist. Because there's so many people in FaZe, and that's cool. Like that's how FaZe has always done it. And I feel
Mm.
like FaZe is the only org who can really pull that off, having like tons of people. But like personally, like I would rather be in an org where there's like 10 people who are extremely close than being in an org that has like 100 people and I don't know like 80 of those people. I mean, that's just me. But that's how it goes with orgs, man. Oh, I just saw you retweet that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I could like scroll through. I mean, they've got what? They've got 2Hype, they've got Valkyrie, they got Tina Kitten, they've got, you know, JHB and his intern squad. Like, they're just like a really good like.
They got Noah J 456.
Yeah, they have Noah J.
They got
Okay,
Courage.
okay. I
They
found
got
like I think I
Symphony.
found like a
Wait,
pretty
is
good
Symphony on 100 Thieves?
Symphony. No,
Is he like technically
no,
on
no, no,
100
no.
Thieves?
He's not on 100 Thieves. Brooke is, so technically he just like features in a bunch of stuff. Okay, so I've got.
Well, yeah, but
I
he's
think
at the
I found a
100 Thieves
list.
house, right? He's
He
always
like,
at the 100 Thieves
well,
house.
that's because Brooke lives there, and they're, you know, boyfriend girlfriend together forever type thing. You know.
Well,
All
yeah,
right,
but like
I
I would
found a
think
list,
that
bro.
Sim would be on the 100 Thieves by now.
I know, but I think it's like I don't know. I
He
don't know
might
yet.
be just going independent and like wait.
Yeah. Anyway, so I found a list of the members. Okay.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know how
Yeah.
what, but this is from 20. This was updated in 2020, so it might not be the best.
You gotta update it for 2022 and put Tony Scorp in there.
Shut up. Okay, I'll go through and like, you know, edit based on of what we have. So there's Valkyrie, Courage, Nade, Noah J, Yasuo,
Noah J.
Cash, Jesser, Zach, London. They're
Cash.
Cash, like from
Cash.
2Hype.
I didn't know you were on 100 Thieves Cash.
Mushi, Jidel, all 2Hype guys. Then there's Enable. I don't know if Kenny. Is Kenny competing this year?
Yes.
Okay, then not him then.
100
Okay.
Thieves roster is Kenny Draws Octane and Envoy.
Okay, and then you know. Hold on, I'm trying to find. Oh, RIP.
They have a Valorant team. They have.
Well, they Brooke and.
They're working on a Halo team, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's not super updated, but there's, you know, like a bunch of different. I probably could like scroll through their YouTube and probably.
I mean,
find
like
it.
I said when you were scrolling, I'd rather have a org of 10 people.
Yeah.
That are really close to each other and grow the org really well, than have an org of 100 people and I don't know like 80 of them.
Hold up. 100 Thieves. I'm gonna go through their YouTube and try to scroll through their videos because they always do announcement videos. Oh, they have Kaede.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking about.
Yeah.
I see her a lot.
Yeah, so they have Kaede, and then
I see her a lot on 100 Thieves stuff.
They haven't really brought in a new member in a while. Been a couple months.
Which is honestly a good thing, because it's like super special when they bring
Okay, so they have Tina Kitten.
It's like when Optic brought in Holly, that was crazy.
Yeah. So Tina Kitten, that's the latest one. Like they've been bringing in a lot of like female creators, and I like that a lot.
You know who I really like? It's like an NB/Optic creator.
Huh?
I like Minx.
Ooh. Oh, Austin? Who's that? He's a host of
Austin, don't 100 Thieves don't 100 Thieves have Fortnite players too?
I
just thought about that.
Who else? Well, they have JHB. We don't talk about him.
JHB.
Enable. Tommy. He's a
Oh
Warzone
yeah,
pro
Tommy.
for
Yeah,
100 Thieves.
Tommy's dope.
Forgot about that. Um, Kaede, Brooke, Valkyrie, Courage, Yasuo. He's been in there for a minute too. You know, Too Hype.
Personally, seeing Courage's like explosion has been crazy.
Yeah. Like he
Because I
really.
watched Courage do his first ever cast on MLG.TV. I watched Courage's YouTube videos in BO3 when he had like 20, 30K subs and he was playing GBs and doing stream highlight videos. Like like I've been here.
Noah J. Yeah, like they were really
Noah
like.
J's dope too.
Yeah.
I
They
love
were
Noah
really
J.
like they were really close in it.
I think Noah J's the only zombies guy on their team.
Mhm.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure.
I've scrolled down to the bottom.
That's just
Oh, I remember
most
the
zombies
heist in
guys
the
don't go
vault.
to orgs.
Bro, I remember those series. Those are some good series right there. Heist in the org. The heist in the vault. All right, so I think that's probably enough for that right now. So if you guys have any, we're gonna open the question section real quick.
Yeah.
We do have one question from Mr. Burner that we're gonna answer. From last week.
Last week.
And he says, "What are your thoughts on the future of zombies for Treyarch?"
Oh well, apparently they're pretty good now.
Well, last week not so great. This week a little bit better. The hopes have been raised. It's getting a little better.
Honestly, I don't know if I can tell you my thoughts until the next Treyarch game comes out.
I don't know.
Because when Treyarch puts zombies on their own game, they always deliver.
True. So we'll just see. I don't know. I think them putting round based in it is better than the
I
other
think
one.
at the very least we're always gonna have all the old zombies.
Yo, Kichi had the day off today. We could have gotten her on the podcast, bro. Oh, too late now. Next time.
We gotta save it, dude. We gotta save it. Put that in the notes.
Yeah. Alrighty. Appreciate you guys. If you guys have any more questions, please ask them right now. We're opening it up for another like 30 seconds to a minute, and then closing them down.
Yeah, we could just keep talking.
We'll just keep talking. I'm gonna go back to 100 Thieves, bro. I love seeing the progression of just them in general, like their content. You know?
Yeah, 100 Thieves has great content.
Yeah. I miss their podcast.
My thing about orgs, I think in general, is I need to look more at like zombies people.
Yeah.
I think they underestimate how big the zombies community is, and I mean that goes for literally every org. But the zombies players just don't really ever have orgs to join because I mean like the only zombies org really, the only prominent one is Obey Undead. They're doing a great job. They have some big names in there, but the biggest name that's in an org, I would argue, is Noah J.
Yeah. I would agree on that one.
All of the other big zombies YouTubers aren't on orgs or like or it's like Obey Undead, because I know Greg FPS and the MC Zombie Slayer are on Obey Undead. They're cool.
So I don't know. I think it's one of those things. I mean, it could be something we work on for Raw too. Like
that's what I'm saying. I know.
I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, Deception, but I am now the content creator lead.
I'm gonna have to throw you some. I'm gonna have to throw you some bones.
The content team lead is me.
I know I already pitched that to you before, but I think we might need to revisit that because I'm telling you, it's a dope idea.
I mean, I have the power now. I didn't have the recruiting power before. I would just give people names.
This is something that like is very extremely niche. This is even more niche than zombies, but there's people that make zombies trick shotting videos.
Zombie trick shotting videos?
Oh yeah. I gotta show you one after the podcast. My lord, it's crazy. You're gonna be like, I never thought that this was even a thing. It's great. There's a few Obey Undead people that make zombie trick shotting montages, and it's cool.
That is cool. Yeah, then you'll definitely just send me some names, and anyone listening right now, if you're interested, shoot me a DM, and we'll figure it out. Deception, you are literally already on the content team. I don't even want to hear it.
Let me lead the zombies team? ?
Oh my god. Alrighty. Since there are no questions, we're gonna go ahead and call it for today. This was episode 9 of the Climb Together podcast. Guys, we
Oh
really be out
yeah,
here, you know?
next week is double digits.
Double digits, dude. Oh man, it feels so good. And I
Next week
still
we
have not
got our
got it on
first
another
guest.
platform.
Oh boy,
I still have not got it on another platform. I'm slacking.
I'm slacking.
I'm slacking. I know. But I'm working on it. It's on my list of to-dos. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. If you guys are watching the stream right now and if you're enjoying the podcast, make sure you follow us, you know, here on the Twitch hemispheres. And yeah, and if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like the podcast. You know, share it with your friends. Share the information, you know, even give them timestamps. If we talked about something for 10 minutes, give them a timestamp of it. Be like, hey, thought this was interesting. You know what I mean? But, and if you guys are watching this now or later on YouTube, make sure you guys comment down some questions if, either on our Go Live tweets or on the YouTube video itself that we can answer next week. That's how we got our question today. And usually some of our questions, we get them from the YouTube video. So if you guys are, you know, want to ask some questions and you want us to do a little bit of research on them, we can. I look at them daily. So if you guys put any there, it gives us ample time to, you know, do a little bit of research and figure out some things and give you guys some accurate information or, you know, an accurate opinion on the matter. But that'll be it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been your hosts, Tony Scorp and Deception the Rapper. Deception, do you have anything to say?
I think it was a great podcast. I'm super excited for next week as well.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. We will see you guys next time. Peace.